What is happening, sports fans? It is your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack, rocking it solo Sunday, August 2nd. Ryan is busy this morning. He got done covering the NBA. So on Sundays, I think we're going to do where he covers NBA. I got MLB. And then for the rest of the week, we shall be together. So we got a nice Sunday slate this afternoon. Not too many games, which is a little bit different for a Sunday. And the great thing is there is no weather concerns. So let's screen share this and dive right in. Alrighty, so pitching options on this slate are just bad, even worse than they were last night. Last night, really no pitcher succeeded. There was no pitcher that you needed on your roster. Tyler Chatwood was really good. So when I say no pitcher succeeded, let me walk that back for a second because Tyler Chatwood was awesome. He was a little bit higher owned than I thought. Maybe he's turned a corner. Maybe it was the matchup. Who knows? But something to keep note of. Today is a similar pitching slate. We just don't have many great options. A guy I'm looking hard at, even though he's a bit too expensive, is going to be Yanni Chirinos. I'm a Chirinos fan. I think he's got good stuff. I like the cut of his jib. I think he's a solid overall pitcher. I don't love that he only threw 68 pitches last time out, but I only expect that to increase here. And you got to like the matchup in Baltimore. I think that people like picking on Baltimore a little bit too much. We saw Glasnow struggle a little bit yesterday. He ended up being very mad. And while I don't want to go out of my way to pick on Baltimore, we just don't have the pitching options today to be picky about it. Despite playing well, to start the season, Baltimore still has one of the worst offenses on the slate. And it's hard not to at least take a long look at Chirinos here. I don't think any pitcher on this slate is a must-play. Chirinos certainly isn't a must-play. I like him quite a bit, though, and considering that we have to roster two pitchers, it's hard for me to get away from him here. All right, moving on to some sticks. So I wanted to talk the Cubs here, and Wilson Contreras really stands out to me at 4,300, matched up with a mediocre lefty. He's got good numbers off Steven Brault. He's very affordable at 4,300. This is a lock and load type play for me. Even if you don't want to go too hard on the Cubs here, I think Contreras makes a lot of sense as a one-off. He's just too cheap for his power upside, aside from a couple guys like Gary Sanchez, et cetera. He's got the most power of anyone at the catcher position. He looks good at this price point, so I think you can use him in any format today. All right, moving on down to the other Chicago squad, and I got two members of the White Sox here because I think they're in a good spot against Jacob Junis. Started to go off a little bit yesterday, and a guy I'm looking hard at, hitting second in this lineup is going to be Yohan Moncada. He's just really good. He's better than this 4K price tag implies. He's not a 4K hitter. He should be priced higher than this, especially in a matchup like he's in today facing Junis. He's 9 of 20 off Junis, so he comes in feeling good. He's got a couple bombs off the Royals starter. You got to like Moncada at 4K here. I like the White Sox as an offense. I think we can look at to stack. But again, kind of like Contreras, even if you don't want to stack the White Sox, I think you can look at Moncada as a one-off in any format. I'm sure he'll get love here, and it's well-deserved. All righty. Moving on down to the next piece of Chicago, and that's going to be my boy Luis Robert, one of the biggest name rookies in baseball. Massive power. Already starting off the season hitting well, as you see by that 364, 2 home runs, 6 RBI slash line. Went yard last night, hit 2 doubles. And the thing I really like about this here is him leading off. So they moved him to the leadoff spot yesterday with Tim Anderson out. I expect to see more of the same today. And how could you not like Robert hitting leadoff against Jacob Junis at 3,600? Massive power upside. This is a fade at your own risk in all formats, in my opinion. He's just too cheap. I think he'll get love today. He should get love. If he doesn't get love, that just makes me like him a lot more. And last but not least, a guy that I've been pretty hard on to start the year, and that's Ronald Acuna Jr. Had looked off to me. Didn't look like he was all there to start the season, and his game log numbers have shown it. Came into yesterday without a home run, without any RBIs, hitting well below 200. Well, he's still hitting below 200, but it's creeping up there. He's finally got a home run, and he's finally got a couple RBIs. After doubling in his second to last at bat and then homering in his last at bat yesterday, I really like the idea of going to Acuna here. He's expensive. It's hard to get here. The Braves in general are hard to get to, but I think they're in a real good spot against the lefty and Peterson here. I love Acuna as an elite one-off or as the top piece of a Brave stack if you want to get there. I have not been on Acuna at all this year, and maybe yesterday was just an aberration, and really he has not started to get going, and really he's just cold, and yesterday was a good game. I'm of the belief that he is starting to get going, though. This is one of the best hitters in baseball. You got to assume that at some point soon, he's going to start getting going. It looks like it might be that time right now. Again, he's expensive, and with cores in play, he's not a must, but I love him in tournaments as a one-off with other guys getting a lot of ownership. So I did not bring up cores on this slate for the public video. I think you guys know that cores is always in play, especially on a slate like this when we've got a day game in cores. Of course, that's in play, but I thought I'd step outside the box a little bit and talk about guys that weren't involved in that game. So that is what I got for you guys this morning. Again, we got multiple sports, so we are jamming over here. If you want more info, more content, go holler at the DFS5pack.com today. Check us out. I'm around all morning if you got questions, any of that fun stuff. So that's what I got today, guys. Thank you.